This match comes to us from HerNiro, who did not list their hours. Keep in mind, I would like to see your hours because I want to know what kind of skill level to expect from you, because I don't want to be too harsh on you if you're relatively new to the game. So make sure you guys are putting that so I can let you know, or better inform me how to review you. So I guess with that, we're just going to skip to the character that you're playing, which is Trickster, which is a very meh killer, kind of just like flounders in the C tier. Especially after their rework, they're basically, most of their characters have been funneled into main event and lacks a lot of the finesse and skill expression that it used to. Trickster is not, especially like on a, at least you have trick blades, spoilers. Indoor map's not the most favorable. You are, in terms of your add-ons, you're running fine add-ons, trick blades and momentum blades. So those are fine picks. Most Trickster mains recommend you at least to run momentum blades to make him better. Other options that you could run here are the yellow tequila, the one that makes your main event better, and also the shoes. A lot of people have dissenting opinions about the shoes, but Revium, who is the big Trickster main that I go to for my info, loves shoes. So yeah, those are some other add-on options as well. In terms of your build is really solid. The only thing I would mention here is that lethal by itself it becomes a dead perk slot once it's done. Without pairing this with another like info perk, you end up playing with 3 perks for this game, and this is especially detrimental because you're already running Corrupt, which also becomes a dead perk slot. So you're essentially going to be playing with Painter as a Bamboozle by itself for the rest of the game. So I'm not sure about those two. Maybe not, like, you know, like individually these are both good ideas, but like deactivating half your build's kind of like worrisome. So that's my only gripe with your build. Hey Denali, it's good to see you, bud. Thinks it's good. Yeah, I was watching them play yesterday, and they were like, look, they make no distance. Look, they make no distance while running shoes. And it was really funny. Maybe we'll go on Trickster. Yeah, so like Trickster used to be able to play Shack because they could throw knives through like the boarded up windows and stuff, but now you can't do that. So now you can just like, the best way to deal with Shack is just have Bam and vault the window. So yeah, you used to be good at Shack, and now you're not. So it's your little Shack destroyer. I think who is it? There's a big Trickster main that always runs Bamboozle. Is that Wasak? Am I correct on that? I know a lot of you cross over from Rev Stream into this one. That's the homie that runs Bamboozle all the time, right? Yeah, I think it's them, but I could be wrong. But there's a big Trickster main that like religiously runs Bam and like never takes it off. I think it's them, but I could be incorrect. Yeah, let's take a look at the match itself. It's W-A-C-E-K. That is the person I'm referring to. Just going for a hit, not even gonna like charge up main event with blades yet. It reminds me of when Rev's like, my favorite M1 killer, the Trickster. And I'm like, this is sad. You're not. Why bring trick blades and like not even attempt to go for shots here? Why are you just like playing as man with bat? Please throw knives. There you go. Like you literally have the add-on that makes this okay.
I just realized this whole lobby is filled with sables.
So you call them silver sables? I respect the Marvel reference. That's funny though. Why do you back up there? You should have just followed her out. Yeah, why did you back up like that? Yeah, you just gave her the window. Mind gaming is fine at loops where like if you back up, like they lose a lot of distance and by the time you catch up to them, you'll get the hit. But like when you have this isn't even really a loop, but we have a wall that's like this long, like this one on the left, like mind gaming there doesn't help you because no matter what decision they make, they're still safe no matter what like side you take it from. All you did here was lose distance. Batman. Yeah, man with Batman. Yeah, because now you just lose that chase. Luckily, the out here doesn't have, like, well, both the pallets out here are very weak. Oh, you got stuck there. That's unfortunate. Unfortunately, Corrupt did not get either of the middle gens, which is pretty rough for you. Those middle gens are how you hold RPD. So they just got to work on those uncontested. And that's right there why new Trickster's terrible, because you end up in a lot of situations like this where you just barely get that knife. And what I would have done there, this is a minor thing, is I would have lacerated with the final knife, let her little speed burst from being injured run out, and then main event on her. It ended up just being fine because of the place she was in, but it's just like a minor efficiency thing. Yeah, that's why new Trickster's really rough, because you end up in a lot of situations like that where like you'll get close.
Sort of out of knives now.
Yeah, you'll get close to like you'll get close to a situation where you're gonna actually get somebody an injury through laceration, and then they just end up like making a pallet or making it a lot of distance on you, and then you're in risk of them just kind of like like it sucks, but you really. How did you end that so early? Like, it sucks, and I wish Trickster played differently, but realistically, all of your kit has been funneled into main event at this point. So as you're seeing, like, once you actually start going for knives a lot more to, like, get your main event going, that's where you're seeing a lot more pressure in the middle of the game, but in the early game, you were, like, going for M1s more often, which puts you in a situation where you were, like, down your main power. Thankfully, with trick blades. My question is, like, I know tap firing and stuff like that's mostly gone the way of the dodo here, but like, you bring trick blades, you can go for like in a small room like that where she has nowhere to go, just keep chucking knives. You're gonna take her down with trick blades. She was only 3 away from getting lacerated, so like, I just would have gone for it, to be honest. Get the most out of your add-on. A sniper rifle? Yeah. I'm so glad they did that adjustment that all reload kitters reload quicker. That was such a good quality of life choice. And then for some reason they decided that was not enough on Huntress and just made it worse. Blame me over, do they? How much is it to get a VOD review? You just submit. You just submit it to you submit a YouTube link of your upload to that, and as long as you do it before stream starts on Monday, I'll get to it. Even if you submit it late, I'll just get to it next Monday. Yeah, just make sure you read the rules, because we had a submission today where somebody 4K'd at 2 gens. And I have it to where it has to be like a very, very barely pulled out victory at 1 gen or less. And other stuff like that. Zoom for subs? Nope. Nope. Until I have to, because of like high volume, nah. Until I have to, because of high volume or something like that, I will not. Aim higher. Yeah. You could have got that probably faster if you aimed higher over, so you can get the trick blades, but... Oh yeah, I do survivor reviews. Just keep in mind, Killer is my wheelhouse. I play 70-30, so that's more where my expertise is. They weren't wrong to submit it. No, we don't play that game. We don't play that game. If I start bending that rule for that, then suddenly people are gonna be like, submitting a bunch of those. I'm like, nah, I don't really want to deal with that. I don't know why you reloaded there. You could have kept on her. I used to have a lot of like Huntress match reviews early on, where that would be a problem. Like they would like want to reload mid match or like mid chase, and I'm not sure why. Yeah, you just kind of double keyed away. Yeah, they're kind of using, so far, it seems like they're using trick blades as kind of like a mistake eraser, and not so much as like a way to get extra shots that aren't possible, is what I'm noticing. Which means you're mixing out most of the strength of the add-on. It's a pretty close game, so there's something to discuss. Well, the whole point of the match is to help you get better. If you're 4K'ing at like 2 or 3 gens, you're doing the right thing, right? I used to do it where like it only had to be 2 gens, but like people were winning so comfortably that like there was so little to say.
Ah, damn. Gotta reload again.
Well, that shatter add-on's not great.
God damn, bro. It's like I can't catch up.
Got Simulator Pursuit's pretty nice. Yeah, we had somebody, even the other, like 2 weeks ago, submit a, like this is great, do this more. Where you're using it to circumvent the fact that you physically couldn't be, like, over there. So you're just, like, using it to ricochet back into her.
Wow, bro.
Yeah, you left a lot of chases, which is why that happened. Don't greed basement. Thank you. Must say, I don't think you would have made that. Yeah, we had somebody submit in a match review where there was an Oni that 4K at 5 gens. It's like, you won. You did the right thing. Like, what do you want me to tell you? And a lot of the behind the scenes of that for those people is usually because just like an ego thing where people are trying to show off and be like, look at how good I am. And it's funny because usually it's so funny when I look at those kind of games too. Is like usually it's the survivors messing up and not them doing well, but they think they did. So their gloating doesn't even make sense. So this game, yeah. Oh gosh, hi. I didn't know you were awake. Thank you for attacking my arm.
I'm telling us how to stable out. Damn, they healed it like instantly.
Look at my drawing. Does it go on the fridge? Yeah. Oh, she's hosed. That's funny. He's getting huge, yeah. He's a year and 2 months old now. Double Sable. Which one?
I don't remember what Sable even used pain res on. Okay, well, at least one of them's dead.
Yeah. So greedy is. Well, it was younger than that now. Or in May of last year. Pretty close to my birthday, actually. Very cute. One snooze left? Yeah. Oh, I'll run at it after this. Oop, down. Down. Ooh. Stop scrambling. You're not in there. Don't scramble. Punch auto completes. I'm glad it doesn't work that way. Like once you're 1 gen, you're theoretically safe. Like you don't have to worry about the bug shenanigans. Thank you for doing that, Des, by the way. I just know which one. I do that all the time where I won't understand. This is a big boy mind game. You seem to like these like big, like sweeping mind games, and often they don't work in your favor. You end up wasting a lot of time. And you know what they say. What, you want me to say the thing? I'm not saying the thing. You know what I'm gonna say.
See my man
You already know. You already know. The time is match time. Hey, that's backwards. I like how you guys went for the same joke twice. time is match time gen.
Let me go back to the main lobby.
Jam time? Probably
See if they're doubling up on it.
Match time is match time. Wow.
Probably were.
Oh, that was good macro knowledge. Good catch. Yeah, because like when you like wait, yeah, because you end up in a situation where your chases get kind of longer because in a situation like that where you do that injury, you do it before the injury, you now in the middle of your main event have to account for a sudden speed burst of them being injured in the middle of doing your main event, which makes it a little bit harder to down them.
2 down, 2 more to go.
But if you down them, or not down them, but if you injure them first and you just wait out this speed burst, then you can just main event when they're like out in the open and just mow them down. They probably just doubled up that last one. Carry the Dwight, subtract the Meg. Yeah, subtract Megs. I can stand behind that. Who's Jen? Oh,
Oh my god, it scared the shit out of me.
that scared me too. See, like right here? Oh, you could have main evented there, but I guess it doesn't matter. Down is a down. But like, when her speed burst ran out, she just couldn't do anything. She was just hosed, right? You should get a 3K at the very least. You could even just use this campus and do nothing else. And you, fortunately, are one of the better campers in the game. I guess there's no reason not to do. W, it's raining sables. Okay. All right. So, for your main takeaways, you played fairly well, which is why you ended up getting the 3K at the end. I think there's just some minor things I would say to work on. I think the thing that stuck out to me the most in terms of your first takeaway is that you seem to misunderstand the point of trick blades. You kind of use trick blades mostly as a mistake eraser, and you weren't really trying to see the vision of getting extra shots that are, you know, usually possible because of line of sight blockers, which is kind of what Trickster's biggest like counterplay is right now, is just find a line of sight blocker and shut them down. But if you're running trick blades, you can circumvent some of the line of sight blockers by going for shots around things. You kind of started doing this a little bit more near the end of the match, but realistically for the first half of the match there, you were kind of just using trick blades to account for mistakes. And you weren't really going, like, there was that one chase specifically inside the records room where you definitely could have down Sable by throwing knives at the back wall, but you got discouraged, put your knives down, and then just chased her down into the hallway instead, which you may think like, okay, well, that's only like 7 seconds of extra chase time, but match time's gen time, so that time adds up. And most of your chases until the end were like that, where you're adding like 7-10 plus seconds to every chase because you were not getting the most out of trick blades, which bloats your chase time, which is not great. Second is you're leaving a lot of chases really prematurely, and especially when your only slowdown remaining after corrupt was pain res, which requires you to get the down and hook to get value out of. The way you were leaving chase constantly was not beneficial to you. If you didn't have trick blades, I would argue some of those areas were definitely not beneficial to go after, because, you know, you were not going to get the down quickly. But with trick blades, it makes a lot of those areas a lot more circumventable. So the fact that you were just kind of like in the middle of the game there, kind of just constantly dropping chase, meant that you kind of, besides just divvying out injuries, which of course, with the various healing buffs and med kits and all that wonderful stuff, split pressuring with heals is not as strong as it used to be. So you're going through a big risk by just dropping chase as much as you did. And a lot of those people just ended up just like hopping on gens and pushing out gens in the background. And I think for the last takeaway, another Trickster specific thing is there's a lot of situations where you could have gotten the injury before popping main event. But a lot of what you were doing is you were like popping main event right at the cusp of an injury. So right in the middle of your main event, you're suddenly having to deal with the speed burst as far as get through getting injured, and this was buying them extra time in chase and helping them avoid the knives from main event. But if you had just like been a little bit more patient, got the injury first, waited out the speed burst, and then popped a main event when they had nothing to work with, no extra speed to work with, then it would have been a more quick down, which would have definitely benefited you and saved you more time in the game. But those would be my main three, just from what I saw. Oh, yeah.